It's important to know your darkness just as much as it is to know your light. As a matter of fact, the darkness defines the light. Without the darkness, we don't really know light. Just as hot defines cold, up defines down, feminine defines the masculine, and vice versa. So we don't see things as opposites through cosmic frequency and ether physics. We don't view reality as opposites. Instead, we see it as complementary attributes of the whole, of the source. This is no different when it comes to comprehending the different agendas going on the planet that some would call dark. Darkness or evil has within it its own seed of self-destruction. That's what makes something evil. The fact that it will inevitably self-destruct. In other words, if something does not have its own connection to source, it is not self-sustaining, it will inevitably fold in on itself and decompose and destruct. Agenda 21, Dark Agenda. This is what I want to say about it. The truth does not need an agenda. The truth stands on its own because it is, well, the truth. It doesn't need any proving or any soliciting or any confusion and sneaky tactics to get people to know that it's the truth, because it just is. Only whenever you are not in integrity, alignment, and connection with the source do you need to influence others to make you believe that you are. And so this is a very nuanced topic, but when it comes to what's happening on planet Earth right now, we are seeing more so than ever a rise of darkness, but also a rise of light. To me, I see them as one gradient, different gradients on one spectrum. My favorite color modality is actually ombre, and I'm pretty sure it's for this reason, because I see things as gray more so than black or white, hot or cold, light or dark. One's perspective is only relevant to them. In other words, there's no villains, there's no heroes, there's only people with different agendas. Now, what you have to decide is, what is your principle of being? What is your takeaway, or what are you giving to life? What do you value? What is important to you? That is going to determine where you are at in the scheme of this gradient that we call the battle of light and dark. More specifically, humanity finds itself in a time of great confusion. You have people of high celebrity status talking about very spiritual concepts, but then you have people that are not very high celebrity status talking about very weird concepts. So discernment must be on 144% more so than ever right now. But I want to bring a little bit of clarity to the transhumanism agenda. In order for that agenda to really be rolled out, it requires, from that side of the fence, it requires the full and total takeover of the human being, where the human being is nothing but a biological suit that has programs running through it unconsciously, and they act out those programs. In order for that mission to be fully successful in the way that they want, with their quarter-of-a-minute cities, with their complete obedience to any and all things governmental, in order for that to roll out, what the powers that want to be are trying to do is they want to have people be robots in a physical sense. They want to have complete and total control over the human soul. Because when you can control the human soul, you have the greatest power of creation, point blank, period. But here's why the darkness will fail. Here's why the darkness can never and will never, quote, win. Because in order for humanity to fully be taken over in the way that they anticipate, or the way that they would like to see play out, that means that there still must be a portion of human soul left. Because it's only the soul that can create or generate energy. It is the soul, or a sentient consciousness, that elicits reality, that gives way, that gives life. Without the source, without a being with awareness of itself, it cannot generate energy. It can't create life. So if you were to erase all things that make us human, all things that make us, then sooner than later, that's going to backfire on you, because you'll literally be left with biosuits, but there'll be no consciousness in there. All the souls will actually leave the body and move into a different carnation. They'll move into a different time space. Any of these dark agendas really get rolled out, that's what will happen. Within the framework of life is self-preservation. So in order, again, remember, in order for this system, this transhumanism, complete takeover to take place, that means that the human being must be completely detached from the source. But at the same time, they need the source, they need the sentience, they need the consciousness to be there to create the reality that they want, because the people who are behind this plan, they have lost connection to the source. They can't generate their own reality. They actually need you. They need people like you in order to roll out their plan. That means they have to keep some form of spirituality intact. And so this is why the darkness will never win, because again, it's self-defeating. Their whole plan is to take over, but they need the source, and so they can't let go. So inevitably the light is always still there. The goodness within the human heart is always still there. So I trust this video has helped you. If you guys really value this content and you really like these messages and they're bringing you any sort of clarity, head to cosmicfrequency.org. Our Instagram is Cosmic Frequency. We do have a wonderful link tree with free PDFs, one-on-one services, and a whole bunch of free content for you to engage in. I will see you guys very soon. Peace.